Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Flying Fullbacks podcast. And today we're going to talk about the Bayern versus PSG second leg in the Champions League. We know that in the first leg, the score was 3-2 to PSG. And in the second leg, the score was 1-0 to Bayern. And at the end, PSG progressed on away goals. So let's talk a bit about the first leg. The first leg in Germany ended 3-2 in favor of PSG, the three away goals. And what was really the whole overarching flow of the game?
It was basically very end to end. PSG were more possession based and more pressing, and PSG somehow were the more counter attacking team and playing and utilizing their the speed in the attack they have. They utilizing the Neymar, the Mbappes of the team. So that was the main talking point, and the other was that Bayern were really not able to convert the chances, even though they have almost thrice the amount of chances compared to PSG. So that was kind of the main talking point in that match. And clearly, even though the amount of goals in the match were high, defensive performance was very solid, to say.
Yeah, I mean, all the goals were pretty much. I mean, you can argue that the first goal Neuer should have done a bit better, but apart from that, all the goals were pretty good pieces of individual attacking brilliance rather than any major defensive errors. And in the second leg, things were a bit different. The individual attacking brilliance kind of went out of the window, especially from PSG's side, but it wasn't too good from Bayern either. It ended 1-0, although we should have seen a much higher scoring match. And PSG missed a lot of chances. What did you make of Neymar in the whole game?
See, Neymar, I don't know what was going on with Neymar because I personally don't know him. Maybe he's having a bad day in the office kind of situation. But clearly, the man found his true love in the goalpost, apparently, because he was tapping that regularly. And even Mbappe missed a couple of good chances. I'm not going to say great chances, a couple of good. And one underappreciated fact in the attack was the performance of Di Marra. Di Marra, in my opinion, was very good till he got the knock on the knee, and that kind of threw his form out of the window. But apart from that, I think the attack was very good, especially Neymar won man of the match and fully deserved, even though he missed a couple of sitters. So yeah, and for attack for Bayern, I personally thought that Choupo-Moting's first touch really let him down because a couple of times he was through on goal, or maybe he got a cross in a good position, and he was not really able to control the ball, and that really gave defenders the time to get caught up with him. So he was not able to do anything. And the other big factor was the fact that Sane and Kingsley Coman were really indecisive in the final third. They were not taking good shots when they should have passed, or they were making passes when they should have gone for the goal. So I personally think that if Lewandowski and Gnabry played the game, it would have ended very differently, in my opinion.
No, I definitely agree. You can clearly see that a lot of the times Sane and even Koman were making the wrong decisions. The decision making was not really that great. And of course, if Lewandowski had been on the pitch, you'd probably expect a completely different picture. But on the other hand, I also agree with you that although all the PSG attackers were pretty good in the build up to the goal, but uh, they weren't able to finish quite so effectively. And Mbappe, who played really well once again. I mean, every single time I see him, I can really understand why he's such a highly rated asset at PSG and why there are so many clubs who want to sign him. He's really fast. He's great technically, and although he, as you said, missed a couple of decent chances, he was overall a pretty good. And Di Maria again, excellent. He was excellent throughout the game. Obviously, up until he got that knock. And I think one of the biggest factors that we also need to consider is that Neuer was really playing well.
Yeah.
Usually, you'd see that. Usually, you'd see even in the first leg, you'd see the Neuer was a bit shaky. But in this game, you saw that Bayern were playing an extremely high defensive line, and to facilitate that, Neuer was regularly sweeping up balls in behind the defense. And Neuer, even apart from his sweeper keeper attributes, his regular fundamentals of goalkeeping are also very up to scratch. excellent performance from him as well. But I do think that PSG should have wrapped up the game much earlier. And at the same time, I feel that Bayern were not able to capitalize on the failures of PSG to do the same. Now, what does this mean for the next game? We know that the winners of this game will face the winners of the Man City Dortmund game, right?
Yeah.
And so, just briefly, let's touch on who you think is going to progress in the Man City Dortmund tie.
Yeah, I personally think Man City are clear favorites. Even though I have this slight fact that Man City have some attitude problem when this comes to Champions League. I don't maybe the tactics is the problem. They overcomplicate the things, or maybe the players have some kind of nerves in them because clearly, see, Man City squad is a great squad, well experienced squad at the highest level, but they are not experienced at the Champions League level. The main players are not experienced at that kind of semis or the final level of UCL. So maybe it's the nerves. I don't know what is the problem, but I will never support Man City shot in a knockout match in UCL.
I think another factor is that Pep Guardiola tends to overthink these big games. We've
Yeah,
seen it time and
that's
time
I
again.
think the first reason I gave to you. It's the first reason that's maybe that's the reason, or maybe there's a nerves thing.
Yeah. So, although I mean, having said that, I would still say that City are more likely
Yeah,
to
at least on
progress.
paper, at least you have to say that Man City are going through.
Yeah, and so then in the Man City versus PSG tie, what do you foresee happening?
See, in Man City versus PSG, if the team we saw yesterday, or the PSG team we saw yesterday, is playing against Man City, I don't think PSG has a chance, to be honest. But the one that showed up on the first leg, which was actually about able to finish off chances, I think that can give them a good fight. I still think it's the tie between PSG and Man City would be tilted a bit more in the favor of Man City, to be honest. But what's your take on that?
No, I agree with you because, as you said, Man City have been excellent even in the Premier League so far this season. And unless PSG are able to finish the chances at the highest level, it comes down to very small margins. And if you're not able to finish off chances, then you have no chance of going through.
I have one.
So I agree with you. I agree with you.
I have one
Yeah.
point to make. I have observed this that earlier when PSG signed this Mbappe and Neymar and all, they were more like heavy metal side. Like they were openly like we have Di Maria, we have Cavani, we have Neymar, we have Mbappe and all. So they were going full out attack. There's no constructive team that was no constructive way of football that was being playing. They were just passing the ball to the front four and just full attack. And see that was working very well for them in the league, no doubts about that. But in the Champions League, I think that was what it was that was holding them back. But in the especially in the past 2 years, in what I have seen is that they have become really conservative in their approach, more structured defensively. I'm not saying they've become the Mourinho team or the Simeone team, the defensive eye, but a bit more stabilized. They are just not going full out attack like what you saw yesterday. That they were absorbing the pressure. They were putting up a low block and they were putting the best resources they have, the pace they have, and good use. They were not just going relentless, like attack. They were going proper, counter-attacking football with a proper style. So I think that's what is the real difference why we are seeing PSG making semis for the second time in a row in 2 years. And I think
एक
that's
और चीज
the
जिसकी बात करना हम भूल गए हैं, which is the influence of Pochettino. Do you think that Pochettino and his more calm build-up strategy, or do you think this has started with Thomas Tuchel and now Pochettino is
I
continuing?
think personally didn't think this whole process of playing like this started with Tuchel. I don't. I will if PSG wins Champions this season. I will not give credit for it to Poch. He has done the work. I have no doubts about it. But still, the base strategy of this current team right now, or the tactics wise, I will still give the credit to Tuchel.
Yeah. So that's what we have today for the Flying Fullbacks podcast. And we'll see what happens in the second leg. I'm sorry, in the semifinals. But so far, I think we can all agree that although PSG did play well in the first leg, it was Bayern who should have really won the game in the second leg, especially considering the fact that PSG were unable to convert those chances.
So yeah, that's what it was for today. See you the next time.
Yeah. Thank you for watching.